Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm joined with Laurent from our core team and we are going to discuss about Inmanta modules. So without any further ado, I'm going to pass the microphone to Laurent to introduce himself and tell us what we are going to see today.
So hello everybody, I'm Florent. So I joined Inmanta almost 9 months ago. I'm a member of the core team and today I'm going to present to you the Inmanta modules. We will see that there are two kinds, the V1s and the V2s. I will show the difference between the two, how you can convert V1 to V2 modules, and also why we introduced the V2 modules. So I will directly start by creating a new Inmanta project. So to start, I'm in a fresh VM, so which just Inmanta installed and the cookie cutter. And I will use the cookie cutter to create the new Inmanta project. So the command I need to run. So I will need to give my project a name. So I will call it module demo with an underscore. For the rest, I use the data values. And there it is, our project is created. So let's look what is currently in the project. Oh, I made a mistake. It will be equals demo. And then let's open it. And so here is our project in its current state. So we have the project.yaml file with some metadata and the main.cf file where we can write the Inmanta code. And now that I've opened the main.cf file, our Inmanta extension in VS Code has added the STD module to the project. So this module and the libs folder are not by default present in the Inmanta projects. And also, if you don't use the VS Code extension, you will need to run Inmanta project install before you can compile your project. So now let's create V1 module.
I have a question before we dive into the V1 module. So we see that we have this STD module inside the libs folder. Yes. And I believe it's coming from a repository. And that repository, where is it defined? Is it inside the project.yaml file?
Yes, so the current STD module in this folder is a V1 module. And so it comes from GitHub. And it is defined here that it comes from this repo.
I see. Thanks.
Okay, so now let's continue and let's create our first module, which will be a V1 module. So again, I will use the cookie cutter, which is command. So we check out on the V1 tag on the template of modules. Again, we need to give it a name, so I will call it module demo V1. And for the rest, I'll use the depot values. And here it is, our module, module V1 is present in our project. And we can look into it to see what it's composed of. A good practice rule is actually to create a new repo for your new module, and so it should not specially be present here. You should create a repo and then pull the repo into your project. So now, what is in our module? We first have the setup.cfg file, which contains some metadata, I guess. Yes, that's it. Then we have the requirements.txt file and the requirement.dev.txt file, where you can put the Python's packages your module depends on. You have the module.yaml file, which contains also metadata. Then you have a test template and a file directory where you can put tests if you write some templates and files that are used by your module. Then we have the plugins directory where you can put a Python code. And finally, we have the model directory with an init.cf file where you can put the Inmanta code. So now let's use the module we just created. So we will change it here to see that it works. So let's change world by module v1. So if we use this module, it should print hello module v1. So we'll need to import it in the main.c file of our project. So let's import it. Import module demo v1. And then for it to work, our project.yaml file needs to know where to look for. And currently he looks into the libs folder. So our module demo v1 should be present into the libs folder. And so I just move it there. Yep. And so now normally it should work. So let's see. I will just run Inmanta compile, and we should see so hello world, which comes from here, and then hello module v1, which comes from the import module demo v1. So it works.
Nice.
So now modules v2. First of all, why did we introduce modules v2? So as told before, modules v1 are in fact Git repositories, which makes it quite hard to make sure the right version of each module is installed and to verify that the dependencies and requirements are correct. We had to verify all those things by ourselves. Why modules v2 are Python packages for which we can use established tools like pip, and which will verify for us if the dependencies are correct and if there are no conflicts. There is a second reason, which is that we already needed a pip index to get the Python dependencies for the modules we were creating. And now we can use the same index to distribute our modules as Python packages. And then the third reason is that by using Python packages, it makes it a lot easier to interact with other modules Python code, for example, in tests and in other modules actually. So that's why we created modules v2. So I will continue by creating a module v2 actually. So once again, I will use the cookie cutter. And this one we will not check out on the v1 tag. We'll use the normal command. And we'll name it module v2 demo. Yes, that's a good name. And I use the default values. And here it is, our module v2. So as this one will become a Python package, you can create this directory wherever you want. You just need to later on install it in your VM, and you will be able to use it in every project that runs in the VM. So let's see what's in the module v2 and how it differs from the module v1. So first of all, we have the project.toml file, which you should normally never change, and which is used to tell the system how to transform the module into a Python package and also how to install it from source. We have, again, the files, the templates, and the test folder that doesn't change from the module v1, so where you can put files, templates, and test for your modules. We have the model folder, in which we have, again, the Inmanta CF file with Inmanta code. And now the Python code goes one directory deeper. So we have the Inmanta plugins folder, in which you have a folder with the same name as your module. And in this one, you can put your Python code. Then we have the setup.cfg file, which contain metadata, and also where you can put the modules required by the module you are creating. So my module v2 demo requires the v2 std module. And also something that you should know is that every Python package for a module is prepended by Inmanta module. So the std module created the Inmanta module std Python package. Let's install this module into our VM. So for this, we have an Inmanta command. which is this one, Inmanta install. We will install it in editable mode, like you would install a pip packet, or like you would install a packet which pip in editable mode, and then the name of our module, which is module v2 demo. So now we can verify if the package is rightly installed into our VM. So we use pip list, and we can see here that the package for our module v2 demo is installed, and we can also see that the Inmanta module std is installed. So now the v2 std module is in our VM. And then we can now verify if this works. So we should be able to just import the module directly here. So import module v2 demo. And I will maybe also change it so that you can see it works. I will change it to hello module v2. Oops, v2. And again, Inmanta compile. Inmanta warns us that the module v1 is present into the project for std, which is this one, but it will be in your because the module v2 is also installed into the VM. And we can also see that well, our module v2 works because well, the output is visible here. So then the next thing to show is how to convert module v1 to our module v2, except if Puria has a question about what I just showed.
Just a small question here. So basically, we are installing these v2 modules as Python packages. So that tells me they don't necessarily need to be in the libs folder anymore. They can be anywhere.
Exactly. So I could have put this directory onto my desktop if I wanted to. I just need to install a Python package into the VM, and after that, I can use it in whatever project as long as I stay in my VM.
Nice.
Okay, so now let's see how to convert a v1 module to a v2 module. So I will convert the module demo v1 into a module v2. So to start, this folder should not be present in libs anymore. So let's just move it back into the parent directory, which is the project. And then we can move into it. So move into module demo v1. And then it's quite simple to transform it into a v2 module. We just need to run Inmanta module v1 to v2 command. And so now let's see if it has been changed. And indeed, we can see that it is the architecture of a v2 module. Like, for example, here, we have the folder inside a folder, as I had shown. We also have the project.toml file. So all part of the v2 module. We can also try to install it and to use it. So first of all, if we now go back here and we would try to use the module demo v1, it would not work because it doesn't exist anymore into the libs path, the libs folder. But let's try to see. So as you can see, it failed. So now let's fix this. So to fix this, we will yes, we just need to install the module. So again, like before, we will do this command, Inmanta module install, again editable, and then the name of our module, which is module demo. Oh yeah, I think I need to cd back to the project first, and then run Inmanta. Well, I think here, I think module demo v1. Up, so we can again verify it has been installed. There it is. So normally we should be able to do Inmanta compile again. And it works again, but let's make sure it is working by changing this to hello, I don't know, people. Boom. Let's run it, and indeed it changed. So we are using the right model. And then there is one step I didn't show and that I should have shown already before. We also need to add the dependency to our project. So to do this, I will use the Inmanta module add v2 and then the name of our module. So first, let's add this one, module demo v1. And so normally we should see here.
Yeah. And why do we exactly need to do this? Why do we need to add the dependency in our project? Because we saw that it was working, like it was getting compiled.
So if you want to run the project on another computer, you can just install everything that's in requirement.txt and everybody will work. Everything will work as expected. Otherwise, you can't. Well, you will have to manually install everything, and you will probably make mistakes.
So very similar to any other Python project, actually.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Well, I added the modules v1, but we should have done it for the module v2, so I will do it for good practice, I guess. But it's exactly the same. So modules v2 demo and poof, it's appears here, and now our project is finished. And so I think that's everything I had to show about modules v1 and modules v2. Do you have any other questions, Buria?
No questions for me. Thanks for the awesome presentation. Just to give a recap to our viewers, Inmanta initially started with modules v1, which were Git repositories, and at times it would be hard to distribute these modules. So we decided to move on to module v2, which are Python packages. And it gives us the advantage of using the pip, which is very well established and makes the distribution of these modules much easier, and working with them as well much easier. So with that, I believe we can conclude this session. If you don't have anything else to add, Fawwan.
That's everything I had to say. So see you next time, people on the internet.